Welcome to the official launch event of Squirrly SEO 2019 strategy. My name is Florin and it will be my pleasure to show you today our new plugin and software for WordPress SEO. So welcome to the launch event. What I will show you today is absolutely groundbreaking. Today, when you update to the new official version, which is now available on WordPress.org, you'll see that all you need to do is turn elements from red to green and you will win. Yes, that's exactly how easy we've made all of this for you. Now, the revolutionary part is that the red elements provide unprecedented oversight. Wait for it. For every individual website, and some of them for every individual page that you have on WordPress. Now, the fact that it's all personalized and made according to specifics makes it unprecedented. What I mean by this is, in the new Squirrly SEO 2019, there are a lot of red elements that you will see there. Now, your purpose as a user of the new plugin is to go and turn those red elements to green, and by doing so you will win. It's as easy as that. And the thing is that this is not like a general solution that we provide for everybody. Everything that you see there, all the red elements, they are made according to your current setup, your current website, your current page, your current blog post, or your current product. Everything that you have there is tailor-made, it's personalized, so it's not just general advice that we give to everybody. It's advice given according to the specific metrics and the specific things that you have inside of your WordPress. And that's what makes it unprecedented. There is nobody out there right now who does anything like it. And this is the thing that makes non-SEOs fix years of bad SEO in as little as 14 days, and it makes SEO experts love it, completely love it, and they tell us that it has become indispensable. Groundbreaking, unprecedented. It's what your invaluable support, your friendship, and feedback has forced us to achieve. Here today, what you have today is an ultra-competitive engine to help you drive your WordPress site to absolute and utmost search engine success. All by following the red elements, clicking on the red elements, reading the task, doing what is required, and I will show this today in the presentation, and then turning that to green. Years of conversations with customers brought us here to where we are today. That is why this is a very special event for us at Squirrly, because since 2016 we've seen people who couldn't go from never found to always found on the first page of Google. And sure, the toolset back then, it wasn't as enormous as it is today. However, talking to them and seeing exactly what they did and what they didn't do led me to believe that actually this was completely unrelated to what an SEO plugin could and should do. It was beyond the scope of a plugin. It was even beyond the scope of a software for search engine optimization. One-on-one, we've tried helping them, consulting, working side by side. We've tried a lot of things to help the people who gave us the feedback that they weren't achieving the results they desired, and we've tried to help them, but as I said, it had nothing to do with our purpose, with what we were trying to achieve with the plugin and with the software. At the moment, it seemed like everything was unrelated. And the thing is, working side by side with somebody is not scalable, and it's not what we had envisioned. It was not enough for us. We had to find a way to help as many people as possible who have the commitment, that have the desire to go for great SEO results. We needed to help all of them, and we can't do that if we spend time one-on-one. All shapes and sizes, all sorts of various forms in which we got feedback from people, and we've finally figured out that even if it wasn't related to plugins or to software, there was something that had to be done to get all of these people to search engine success. Now, everything took a very interesting turn once we launched Squirrly SEO 2018, Steve, the Steve version. Because before Steve, there were people who were incredibly successful, people who were successful, people who were just barely successful, people who were okay with their results, people who were completely unsatisfied with their results, people who said that they feel like they're not achieving their full potential. And we've had a lot of mixed feedback, even though a lot of people were indeed successful, and you can read that in testimonials, in success stories with Squirrely SEO. But there was still like a lot of noise. And with Steve, we gave over 200 tools and features available, and it completely changed the landscape for us. But it didn't change it in the way that we would have expected. It didn't change it like everybody just became successful. That did not happen. So because of all of the tools and the features, we've had two extremes now. We had two groups. We had one group, they were successful, and the other group wasn't successful. Now, remember, they were using the same technology, they were using the same advice, the same tools. The only difference that it made was that you were either very successful or you weren't successful. Now, that's the whole difference. And there was less noise, and we had clear groups of customers, which actually was good for us because it led us to identify group 2 and figure out more about them and come to the conclusion that we've arrived and launched Squirrely SEO 2019. But until then, so we had group 1. They were very successful. Being equipped with the best tools in the industry, they won. They managed to take their sites and their pages from never found to always found on the first page of Google. Now group 2, they were not successful. Under various forums, they kept giving us the same old feedback that we kept receiving from 2016. So even though the feedback sometimes changes, it's still kind of the same thing. It was always still kind of the same feedback that we kept getting on and on from the people who were not successful with Squirrely SEO. Something had to be done. At the Squirrely company, we always pushed the limits. We tried to push things forward, and we knew that we had to fix this. Most of the people in group 2 should become successful. We wanted to actually change this. So they were not successful. We wanted to change those who actually gave their feedback, were brave enough to tell us what was going on, and who really were kind enough to offer us their feedback and tell us what they couldn't do, what they couldn't achieve. We wanted to change things for them. We wanted to get them to be successful, just as the first group who used the plugin. Our core value at Squirrely, our number one core value is always win by helping others win. We've got excited. We've got so excited. We've got all squirrely about this, and we came with a solution. And actually, we were like, should we go beyond? Nah, who cares that all the reasons why they failed were beyond the scopes of plugins? Because as I said, they were beyond the scopes of plugins, but we didn't really care about it anymore because we said, you know what? We're going to take this further than everybody else has ever gone. And we have a lot of data. The amount of data on which our Squirrely SEO sits on is incredible. We call this the market intelligence feature. What we had to do, that was our assumption, that what we had to do was find ways to make all the data locked inside market intelligence come to life, because we knew that we are storing so much data, we're processing so much data about websites, the websites that were successful, the websites that were not successful, and we could compile all the data, we could find patterns, we could find things to help us achieve success for the second group. Now, we thought that we could use it to deliver tailor-made experiences and go beyond what a mere plugin could ever possibly dream of achieving. The fix. It would fix the two main reasons why people in group 2 failed time and again. What were the reasons for failure in group 2? There were only two reasons. So they had no strategy, or they had really bad or non-existing WordPress oversight. No strategy. I think that this is the most common SEO problem in the world. People don't have a strategy for branded versus non-branded keywords, and we've seen this from local shops, local businesses, to corporations listed on Nasdaq. They are corporations listed on Nasdaq. They are public companies, and because they're public companies, there are a lot of people searching for them, for their products, for their people, their key management, stuff like that, and they do not have a strategy for those branded keywords. No optimizing after semantic SEO context. So most of the people in group 2, they never optimized for semantic SEO context. They had no strategy for pages versus blog posts. They didn't have a clear idea on what keywords to use on pages and what keywords to use in blog posts. They kept using horrible keywords in snippets and in the SEO Live Assistant. So no matter what technology you would use, what software, it doesn't matter what plugin you would use, if you use horrible keywords for which you have no chance of ranking, or if you use a keyword for which there is not enough interest on search engines, then you will always fail. And they kept using these horrible keywords. Now, problem number 2, and that was obviously a lack of strategy, but number 2 is a lack of proper oversight. So the problem with WordPress, one of the biggest problems with WordPress, is that WordPress sites can be broken easily. A lot of customization sounds great at first, but a lot of customization brings its downfall. So even though it seems like such a huge strength for WordPress, the fact that it's so easy to customize it, it's actually its greatest weakness. People run their WordPress sites, people ruin their WordPress sites over time, all the time. Everything can and will go wrong, from settings, AMPs, Google AMPs, tracking codes, many tracking codes on the same page, many of the same tracking codes on the same page in the source code, poor themes, and many plugins. Most of these plugins, they have really bad settings. Some of them intervene and go beyond and over the core of WordPress, and they do a lot of settings which are harmful for SEO, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong. There are so many things that can and will go wrong. You need incredible oversight to combat these problems. Smart and capable developers that I know from everywhere, really, like developers from Asia, developers from the United States, developers from Europe, smart and capable people. I love some of these people. They are amazing. Some of them are my friends, some of them are customers, some of them are partners. But believe it or not, and this is hard for me to say, and it was hard for them to tell me this, but they've ruined the sites of their customers by placing no index tags by mistakes. So they basically told Google not to index the sites of their customers. And you maybe think that this won't happen to you, but trust me, if it happened to these people, there's a huge chance that it will happen to you as well. And there are a lot of other things that can go wrong. Like even on the Squirrly.co website, we've made a lot of mistakes ourselves with indexing, with theme content, and with a lot of other stuff, because we have thousands of pages. We have thousands of pages on our website, and on Squirrly.co we have thousands of pages. On plugin.squirrly.co we have a lot of content, and it's really easy to fail when you don't have the proper oversight. Non-SEOs optimize to 100% using the Squirrly SEO Live Assistant, which is great and which makes us super happy. But the problem is that they never go to the search console to ask for a reindex. Now, Google only reindexes by itself and automatically the sites that are news sites. The sites that are actually writing day in and day out. They're writing like 4 articles per day, and those get indexed very fast. But your sites, our sites, the usual sites, they don't get indexed by Google. They don't get reindexed. So you need to go to your search console and ask for a reindex. Of course, this will be hard to do, and it's very easy for you to slip and to not think about this and to just optimize, think that your job is done, but never go and tell Google, hey, I've done my part, now you do your part. And if you don't do that, your pages will not succeed in the time frame that you expect. Because that's the problem. It's not that they will never succeed, they will not succeed in the time frame that you expect. So many problems. Actually, it would take me days to discuss them all. But I don't have to, because we fixed all of them. So all of the problems that we've identified since 2016, we now have a fix for them. Strategy, the lack of strategy. Focus pages forces you to have a strategy. By using focus pages, you will undoubtedly reach a point at which you will have a really great SEO strategy in place. You don't have to be the golden strategist to do this. You just have to use focus pages, follow the advice in focus pages, and you will come up with your own SEO strategy on your own time, and you will have it and it will work out for you. Then oversight. Now this is something that, as I said, we got excited and we completely went overboard with it. So in focus pages, there are 54 ranking factors that Google takes into account to rank your sites, and we check all of these for you. This is the level of oversight that we give. We give oversight for 54 ranking factors. That's like a lot of things that we put under surveillance for your benefit. Then you have red elements, SEO audit, tasks in the SEO audit, bulk SEO settings, you have rankings, you have the performance analytics. It's now part of the ranking section, and you have scan for issues. Now scan for issues will save you a lot of trouble. We've given this to developers before we had launched the beta, and even in the beta, and they've found so many problems on the sites of their customers, they wouldn't believe it. So scan for issues is also really big. Now all of them work around the clock in the background, so that when you make mistakes, you'll instantly know the mistake, how to fix the mistake, because we provide a lot of content directly inside the platform, and what tool from Squirrly SEO you need to use in order to fix it, the tools that are already available for you. And sometimes we tell you how to fix it in Search Console and in WordPress, because sometimes it's a matter of WordPress settings, and we tell you exactly what tool to use to fix the problem. The ground has been broken. Focus pages, all the oversight, red elements to green, bulk SEO settings, and 14 days journey to better rankings are all available. All of them are officially yours starting today. Spread the word and download the new version. Okay, thank you for listening to my keynote. Now let's move on and see how we can actually do something with the new Squirrly SEO inside one of our sites. Alright, so I'm in squirrly.co. This is something that we don't usually show for obvious reason, of course. We've hidden in the database. We've hidden a lot of the details of what we are doing here, and we let very few elements to be found. Here is SEO issues, when you can run a new test, or you can wait until the system runs the test for you, because the system does, as I said, a lot of checks in the background to make sure that you don't have mistakes on your sites. Then you can see focus pages, some of the details about this, and you can check the focus page as well. You can see your audits, how the score increased. You can see that we have a good score in the audit. We have 86, which is really good. As we keep telling you, you need a score of over 80 to be competitive. And you can see that in this part, in this week, we actually had a small problem with on-page SEO, which we then fixed because we are following the instructions from the audit ourselves. We have a couple of suggested keywords that were brought in by the keyword research assistant that you have now in Squirrly SEO 2019. And you can see some other details. Now, as I said, there are red elements. So for example, you can see that I've started and completed all the things in research, in live assistant, SEO settings, and rankings, but I still have problems in the SEO audit. And if I click it, it will tell me what I need to do. So remember, red elements, they tell you very specific things about each website that you have. And once you click on them, you will open this panel with a task that tells you exactly what you need to do. So right now, what I need to do is go to the SEO audit section of Squirrly SEO. There, I will have to look at the right side of the screen, and turn those red bullets, those red elements, from red to green. Click on each element and you'll find out what you need to do to complete the task and turn it green. Right, now, let's say that I will go to focus pages because There are a lot of interesting things that came with Squirrly SEO 2019. We wouldn't really have the time to talk about all of them today because there are like so many changes. There's going to be a lot of blog posts in the following weeks with everything that changed, some of the changes that you should be excited about, how to use all of them. Actually, we've started, and as this day advances, the day of the release for Squirrely SEO 2019, you will see our help center being populated with more and more articles on how to use the new Squirrely SEO 2019. We already have research and rankings, and once you click on them, you will find other videos created by me that will tell you exactly how to use each section. So for example, in research, we have everything covered already, and we'll soon cover the next things in rankings and in all the other features. So let's start by showing something interesting, all right? Let's go to focus pages because this is like the best thing that we've done, and we've made it incredibly simple. Now, here in the right section of the screen, you can see that it explains what you have to do. So you have to go with your mouse button over some of the red elements. Let's scroll a bit, and I have this bar right here. I drag it to the right, and it starts scrolling, and it says that I should click a red element and then see what I still have to do. So for this focus page with marketing theme structure, the article, the page itself is not optimized. You can see that it's currently optimized only until 54%. Now you know that is bad. I don't really have to say it out loud. So it tells me what I need to do. I need to make sure that this focus page is optimized 100% using the Squirrly SEO Live Assistant. As you can clearly see on Google search result pages, Google tries to find the closest match inside web content to what the user searched for. That is why using this method of optimizing a page as outlined by the Squirrly SEO Live Assistant is mandatory. Don't worry about over-optimizing because the Live Assistant helps you against many over-optimization traps you may fall into. And as I've said, I have a page. The page doesn't get ranked as high as it should. I mean, as high as I think it should, because the system calculates my chances. So I only have 63% chances of ranking this page, and I have 11 elements that I need to fix if I really want good rankings for this, right? Then it shows me a red element, so my SEO content is wrong. And once I click on this, I find other red elements, like it's not optimized enough. As you can see, it's just 54%. The snippet section is not green, so I need to look at the elements and make sure that the snippet is also done properly for this focus page. I'm lucky that only the platform SEO, at least the platform SEO is right, is made properly. So it checks for, as I said, it provides a lot of oversight. There are a lot of custom post types and problems that can appear and the SEO codes and stuff like that in the source code. And having this check right here that says platform SEO is green will really help you and provide peace of mind. And fresh content updates. So this page is really old. As you can see here, the date. It's really old, and usually you should refresh the information on your focus pages because they are the most important pages in your business. And make sure that there's been some new content in the last 3 months. So you need fresh content and provide fresh content updates. This is actually a really important ranking factor. Now, of course, this is some of them are only here for test purposes because we had to take out the real elements of our strategy for very obvious reasons, I guess. But what you need to know is that we do go after alternatives. I think that's obvious. We teach this in our courses, in our classes, and we go after alternatives. So this page is good to be it's good that we have it as a focus page because this is a Market Samurai alternative. It's another keyword research tool, not as advanced as ours, of course, and we try to tell that to people, so when they look for alternatives at Market Samurai, they can find this right here, and this is an important focus page. Now, when you think about focus page, this should be the most valuable pages or blog posts or custom post types or WooCommerce products to your business. So in order to set your focus page, you should be able to answer the following. What page from your website is so important that you know 100% you want it found on search engines? And once you know the answer to that, place your focus page here and the system will start gathering a lot of data. It will show a lot of red elements, a lot of things that you can fix to make this right. So it looks at reader's experience, it looks at the number of words. Your focus pages should really be long. There are a lot of studies to back this up, and we'll show more studies very soon. And you see, it tells you the focus page, the problem, and then the exact thing that you need to use. In this case, you need to edit the page because you need to add more words, and you need to make better content because the reader experience is bad. It says only 1 minute on average. So if people don't stay a minimum of 2 minutes on the focus page, it means that the reader's experience is bad, and Google will never rank it as high as you'd wish because people don't spend enough time reading your page and interacting with it. Now, of course, during the 14 days journey to better rankings, which is now part of our onboarding process, of course, you can choose not to do it, but I would advise you to actually do the 14 days. You get a recipe, and in that recipe, you can find a lot of details on how to fix readers' experience, both by fixing problems in Google Analytics Tracker, because Google Analytics Tracker has some problems, and in making your content more valuable for readers. So the 14 days journey is a really good starting point. Now, of course, in SEO content, for example, it says optimize to 100%. Of course, it should take me to optimize for this keyword, and the keyword is already specified up here, keyword market samurai alternative. And if I go to optimize for this, it will take me to the live assistant. It tells me exactly what tools I need to use, because the problem after Steve and after Briefcase was that there were so many tools that people were getting lost in the process. They didn't really understand. So I'm here on search engines, I want to go there. What do I do? What's in between? And what tools should I use? Because there are so many tools in Squirrly, I don't know what I should be using to get to success. And now you don't need to know anything. You just have to come here to focus pages, look at the red elements, and then use the tools that it suggests. So if a keyword is the problem, the search volume is not big enough, find better keywords. Of course, in this case, it doesn't make sense, but for all of the other focus pages that I have, this is a focus page about keyword research. The keyword is a very bad one. It's Keyword Research Ninja. It really doesn't make sense. Of course, this was intentionally placed as this and made as this for the demo. And it says find better keywords, because better keywords will mean higher chances for competing against this, because the current one is not hard to rank. But not hard to rank doesn't mean that it's easy, and in most of your cases you should go for easy and very easy to rank, and the search volume is not big enough. Now, of course, if you're very sophisticated, I know that some of you are very sophisticated already with search engine optimization, and you will not always want to follow the exact guidelines. You do have the option to ignore the task. You can check this off right here. So I'm not sure if you see it on screen. Let me check. Yeah, you can see this active task. You can remove this one, but you know, I advise against this. But if you're really great at SEO and you know what you're doing, you can choose to ignore certain tasks inside the focus pages, even though I strongly advise against it, because it will ruin part of the amazing oversight that we've provided you with. So for traffic health, it obviously doesn't have a tool to send you to, because, you know, it's a thing about your content, how you've written the content, how much time people spend on the page, your bounce rate. If you have just one Google Analytics tracking code, it's very important, because I've been told by one of my friends that his very huge and successful business event site no longer received traffic, and I was like, dude, that is not possible. Something is wrong in your tracking. And he told me, no, the tracking is right there. I have the code. And the problem was, after I've actually looked into his theme and his WordPress admin, I found that he had more than one tracking codes for Google Analytics, and that's why in his account he couldn't see his traffic anymore. So this is a check that helps against that. Now, for your focus page, you obviously need to have a lot of visitors, because they are the most valuable pages on your site, and you'll only ever be successful once you actually get more visitors to the page, and the time on page should be good as well. This is stuff related to platform health, so you should have no empty descriptions. This website still has problems with some pages that have empty descriptions. This one, for example, has an empty description. I know this page, and it's true. It doesn't have a meta description, and it's something that we need to fix. And I can go to the audit to learn more about it. And of course, your score should be over 70. If it's not, then it's bad. Now you should have a lot of backlinks to these pages. So this is not to your entire domain. This is to this particular focus page, and you really need to start getting this. So you see only 7 backlinks to this page right here. That's not good. Inner links, yes, I have 5 inner links built for this one. If you don't know how to build inner links, just go to the blogging assistant, and the blogging assistant will help you build the inner links. Let's go right now. So I've clicked on that. Because inner linking in Squirrly, I know that it's not very obvious, so that's why I should actually show this to you. And as you know, the plugin is super fast. It's the fastest plugin out there because it loads amazingly well for your WordPress, and your WordPress knows how to load our plugin amazingly fast. Sometimes when you see delays in interfaces like this is from the API, but it does not affect your speed on search engines, and it doesn't affect the speed checkers from Google, so you'll never get any sort of SEO problems because our API loads slow, because Google only interacts with the plugin part, not with our software part, obviously, because only you as a human being can interact with our API and with the stuff coming from the API. Google takes everything from the plugin and WordPress, and our plugin and WordPress work the fastest. So it's the fastest plugin out there for WordPress SEO. And most of that is caused by the fact that the search engine part goes to your plugin and the human part is related to the API. So I hope that this makes sense for you. If it doesn't, please write in the chat section right now, and I will explain more about this. And yes, so this is what we had to do. And here is this part right here in the blogging assistant. This is the blogging assistant. This part right here will help you build inner links. So if you have something related to Keyword Research Ninja, you could find them here, and you can insert reference, insert text, reference it, or insert just the link to this one. Now, if I had, of course, in my case, I should click on not relevant and see if I have something about WordPress. The ultimate tool for working, okay, so I could insert the link and it will build the link to this page. So if this page would be my focus page, this would be the easiest way to build a link to it. Right. Of course, if I want to build the inner link for this page right here, I should go to other pages and use the blogging assistant. I just wanted to show you now how to use the blogging assistant to build inner links. And I should go to other pages for my website and start building inner links towards the Keyword Research Ninja page that I'm currently working on. And there's like a lot more data, and you can already see that a lot of the data is different from focus page to focus page. I get other stats, other metrics. This one doesn't have inner links problem. This one does have inner links problem. This one has no social signals. This one has a lot of social signals. This is the highest authority, the highest, it is the page with the best authority. It has an authority of 37, which is really good. You can see because it's marked with green. And these are very low on authority, so there should be a lot more work done to this one, to these ones, if I really want to make them work. So you need authority over 35, and it will tell you some of the ideas on how you can build that authority, and this is very important for you to do. And you can see that these focus pages, the 3 focus pages from here, they are perfect on snippet and they are perfect for SEO image. But if I click on this one is bad, so I need to check the task. It tells me what image it is. So this is the image with the problem. I can already see it here, and your file name should be like this. It tells you exactly what you need to do. And in snippet, I can see that some of the tasks are green, but some of the tasks are red, so this is very bad. The Twitter cards don't have full definition. Open Graph doesn't have full definition, and there are no keywords inside my description, which is not important for all the pages, but your focus pages should have them because they are the most valuable pages for SEO. Now, the words per page, we are still gathering data about the reader's experience because you have so little traffic on this one that we can't really start providing you data. You need a higher sample size of traffic for us to analyze before we can say that the reader's experience is indeed good or not. But in other cases, you can see that that is not a problem, right? And SEO context. So this page doesn't have SEO context, and you can see that here. You need to add a secondary keyword inside Squirrly SEO Live Assistant in order to do that, and you need to manage your strategy. So if you don't know how to add SEO context, go to Manage Strategy and start building SEO context for this page. So in this case, market samurai alternative, which is the keyword. I should add SEO context by optimizing to 30% for a secondary keyword, at least one secondary keyword. Now, a secondary keyword here could be keyword planner, keyword tool, keyword research, researching keywords for SEO, and all sorts of other keywords that would tell Google that indeed this focus page is about a keyword research tool and it is an alternative to an existing tool, digital product that helps with keyword research, and Google should understand that, should have that kind of context inside of the focus page, because otherwise Market Samurai could be something about a samurai, with a katana, and the market could be like a market where you buy tomatoes and potatoes and stuff like that. So you really need to provide the proper SEO context, and you can see some other examples here with Places to Eat and the Black Panther Party. All right, and this is a lot about focus pages. Now, there are many ways to use focus pages. So in Squirrely's case, we use focus pages for tools like Squirrely SEO Spy. Yeah, so the Squirrely Spy is the ultimate tool to spy on your competitors. You can see the page here. We're just now launching it, and even though we did already make sales, I'm really thankful to you for already buying Squirrely Spy, by the way. But we haven't fully released it yet. Though we've realized that because we started reading about it, people have searched on Google for it, and you can see it here. And we need to make sure that when people search for Squirrely Spy, they can actually buy our product, and we don't end up like that Nasdaq corporation that I've talked about in my keynote. All right, and this is like a strategy for Squirrely as a company. We also have focus pages for Squirrely Social, Squirrely Spy. We have focus pages for Starbucks, focus pages for Content Look, and all the products so that people, and even for website analysis plugin, because we need people, when they search for our branded products, that they find our website with our information, and that we can control that and provide the proper information to people who are interested in such products. And this is on the Squirrely website. On the plugin.squirrely.co website, it's all about the plugin. It's all about Squirrely SEO made for WordPress, because we have Squirrely SEO made for Shopify, and that's a whole different story. But if I would want to do this, I should go to something like research. If I'm thinking about this, and what could I do about the plugin? Well, we have so many launches, we have so many releases. A lot of people already know about Squirrely SEO 2018 Briefcase. Some people call it Squirrely SEO 2018 Briefcase, some call it Squirrely Briefcase, some people call it Squirrely 2018 Briefcase. The other people knew about Squirrely SEO Steve, and we can provide like a lot of valuable data to people just by thinking about what they would search for. Now, in order to bring keywords into Briefcase, you have to work according to a very clear strategy, and you are not allowed to work outside of a strategy. So that's why, in order to bring keywords inside your Briefcase, you now first have to go and do a keyword research. So for example, I need to do something like Squirrely SEO Steve, and it doesn't really matter in my case, because this is a branded keyword and I know what I'm doing. I can just add this to briefcase. So I go to these blue dots, you can see them here, this button, this blue button, and I go and click add to briefcase. And now that it's added to briefcase, I receive confirmation, and I can also see that this row inside the table now has a green background, so I know this is added to my briefcase. So Squirrly SEO Steve is now in briefcase. And if I go here, this is important because in most cases, especially when you go for things that are non-branded, let me show you another example right now. So let's say that I would want to write about shop wands because it has a strong buyer's intent for people searching how they can shop for wands. Of course, this is already in my briefcase, but I wanted to show you, if I want to add this to briefcase, I should first go through this process so that I'm sure that right now at this very moment it's easy to rank for this keyword and there are this many searches, because you see that the trend is going up for this keyword. This means that in the future it's possible that this will have a higher search volume, that many more people will speak about it on social media, and also that it might become harder to rank because the new AR based Harry Potter game is coming out, and a lot more people will be writing about wands, about magical objects, about Harry Potter, and this industry itself might become more competitive. So we want to make sure that when you add things to briefcase, you know the full story behind those keywords and you actually know the data so that you can control your SEO strategy and reach search engine success. So right now I have this in briefcase. Yeah, I don't know, I have a lot of keywords here, so I will just go and search. I can search for the keyword shop once, and you can see it here. I haven't used it in any post yet, and obviously that's why it's not ranking. It says non-existent because I haven't used it. And I can choose to optimize for this. I can send it to rank checker. I can refresh the research, or I can assign a label. So I could assign a label like wands because this is the group that I'm using for everything in this e-commerce store that is related to buying wands online. Yes, people do buy wands actually because of all of the Harry Potter games and all of the Harry Potter movies and all the franchise. So I can click save label, and now I know that this is grouped for my wands category. I could have direct keywords related to Wizards Unite because this other website that I've brought you to is wizardsunite.co, and we use it to cover things related to Harry Potter Wizards Unite AR game. It's actually more of a study site than an actual site, but we'll soon have many different things on it, and it will be part of our 1 Gig Shop initiative, but more about it later. Alright, so I can always go inside my briefcase now and check the details. So this is very easy to rank. This is the search volume and this is the trend. Of course, if I had some problems with the research section, I could have just gotten here. If, for example, this was red, I could have just clicked and saw how to achieve the result I wanted. Alright, so this is briefcase. I can also go to history and see some of the other researches that I've recently done, like for Hermione wand. Just show the details. It tells me when I've done this research, and oh, it's skyrocketing. Oh, this is a really good keyword, and there's a lot of search volume. The competition is not the best, but I think that with a better website than this one, you could easily beat it because it's not hard to rank. Of course, this current website that I have could never go for this at the moment because I need more authority and a much higher SEO audit score. And let's see, in focus pages, I forgot to tell you, if for example I decide today that I want to work on my SEO images, I can just click this red bar right here. It says SEO image. If I click on it, it will show me only the focus page that has problems with SEO image. So in case I have 5 focus pages, I click on SEO image, I can see just the one where I actually have work to do. And as you can see, let's go to SEO image. this is the one with the problems, and this is the only one that's now being displayed here. Of course, this is useful for the business accounts where more people most probably work on those WordPress sites, and you have up to 10 focus pages that you can use inside the WordPress. That's only for the business plan. The pro plan has access to 5 different focus pages, and this is the keyword in the file name, and I can do that, or I can click show all and it will show all of the pages again. But you can use the current ranking drawbacks to easily filter the types of problems on your focus pages and go and work only on this particular issue and find only the pages that have this particular issue. Right, now I can also go to rankings, and even though we've deleted a lot of stuff from here, I can show you something that's quite obvious anyway. Like Serp Checker, we are number 2 on Google. We were number 1. You can see that it says my current rank and my best rank, and I can find the rank details. So I've got a lot of impressions, a couple of clicks. It hasn't been optimized. This page hasn't been optimized with the SEO Live Assistant, and I don't have any social media shares for it yet. Let's go here and see what I have in this one. This is a different website. So there are things like Squirrly coupon, and I can see some of the best details. This has been shared on Pinterest, so I want to show that this works. Cornerstone content strategy. This was very high on WordPress. No, it's not that high anymore. This is a test website. These are some other ideas. And of course, I can now synchronize my keywords with Google Search Console. So in Squirrly SEO 2019, we actually tell you to integrate with Search Console and with Google Analytics, and you get a lot more data. So now I can go and synchronize keywords with my Search Console, and I can find many things that this website has already organically ranked for without my intervention. So sometimes this will be interesting for you to see, because you can find data from your Google Search Console and then bring it inside of Briefcase, and then reorganizing focus pages and reorganizing your content around these keywords that already work for you, and actually making like a concrete decision to make these rankings better, right? So this is a good average position. I can also add this one to Briefcase. WordPress popular posts plugin. Whoa, this is interesting. You see, this is on position 12, but if I really work on this, I can easily bring this to the first page of Google. Let's also bring this one. Okay, so there are a lot of interesting keywords. This is what we're already being found for on this test website. Oh, really? Squirrly Social, I didn't even know that this had anything posted about it. Alright. And you can see a lot of ideas. Women's Day marketing ideas. Yes, this is something that we've done recently. And apparently in Google Search Console, we've already been found for this. So these are now added to my Briefcase. If I go to the research section, I can see them being added to Briefcase. Yes, you can see them here. So these were some of the stuff that I've just added from Google Search Console. And if I want, I can go, it says no research data because I brought them from Google Search Console. It wasn't brought through the normal process. So now I can go and do a research. Of course, I don't have high hopes for this keyword. It's very long, and I don't think it's that interesting for WordPress, but you never know. Alright, so it's hard to rank. That's interesting because we've managed to rank with this website. Searches. And I can go and optimize for this specifically if I want to create a new page. Alright, so that's how you add keywords from your Google Search Console. And what I also wanted to show you was the Live Assistant. If you don't already know how to use the SEO Live Assistant, we've created the demo post. You can go to demo post and it will show you a post that you can interact with in order to make it perfectly optimized. Of course, I can also add, for example, a new page. Let's say that I add a new page to plugin.squirrly.co. Maybe I want to create, I could be creating the focus page for Squirrly SEO 2019, which is the huge event today, right? And I can go and say, so Squirrly SEO 2019 strategy. And you can see here that I have this box. I can move it, and it moves only horizontally at the moment. This is for Gutenberg. In a non-Gutenberg environment, you have it as you usually have it. So here is the live assistant in non-Gutenberg, but in Gutenberg it's displayed like this, so that you can start typing your keyword, and then you can move it to the left if you want, or you can move it to the right. It all depends on your preferences. I can click to optimize for more keywords. I can already find screenshots. Apparently this is really interesting for me to see. We already have screenshots with Squirrely SEO 2019 strategy inside the blogging assistant. Of course, I don't want to do that right now. And of course, I can also use the split window feature, so that it brings all of the right things into focus, and it tells me the exact tasks that I need to perform. Let's hit update. Yes, so keywords are used in the title, as you can see. Now we can say official release. The title is now Google friendly, and I can start adding stuff. And yep, you have the live assistant, and you can start optimizing. So I could be creating a new focus page and then going and adding it to focus pages. Let's do this just for fun, and then I will undo everything. So let's do this. And now let's say that I do publish the page. Yes, I will publish it. You can see that it's present now on plugin.squirrly.co. All right. And let's go to focus pages. And in case you don't have anything already in focus pages, you receive very clear guidance. So as I said, it's very important for us that you are completely guided inside the new Squirrely SEO 2019, so that you can do anything with ease. So it says, welcome to focus pages. To get started, add a new page, and then set the page as focus. So add a new page. I'll just search for it because it's easier, and I will click set focus page. This is what you need to do. And now this is focus page, and it already tells me. Now in focus pages, I have this, and remember, there are so many things that are being processed about each of your focus pages that it takes a while for you to start seeing the results here. Sometimes it takes under a minute, sometimes it takes 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, because there are tons of data that are being processed and gathered for each focus page. All right. So this is how I've added a new focus page. This is something that you definitely need to check, that you have do index, do follow, that it's present in the sitemap, and you need to request manual indexing for this page. Of course, in my case, I don't want to do that, but normally you should go here. Oh, I don't have access to this domain. It's another one of my teammates' properties. I should show it. Where can I show that? Right, so visibility, and ask Google to reindex. This is one of the most important things that you always need to do, especially after you make a big change, if you want Google to actually know about the change. Otherwise, it's like you've changed nothing. So ask Google to reindex. Now it takes me to Search Console. I have a problem with this account right here. I don't know why. This is chief content, obviously. It's a problem with my Google account. Yeah, so let's add that focus page. Yeah, so it's a problem with my account. I'll have to fix this with Google search and with the Google thing, the Google Search Console. Boy. In the 14 days journey that you could start as of today, I will provide a lot of fixes for the problem that you see here in the video, especially this one with the Google Search Console. But you'll learn more about it if you follow the recipe, because I've just done an important thing here. And now I can say request indexing, testing if the live URL can be indexed, and then it will start indexing this focus page. So in case I've made changes to the focus page, this is how Google will know about those changes. And this is something that you always need to do. Like, even if you just take your page from 20% optimization to 100% optimization using the SEO Live Assistant, you should come to Google Search Console and tell Google Search Console to reindex that page. Of course, focus pages guides you through the process, and it tells you that you need to keep reindexing. And also you should always check the visibility, because in most cases I've seen people who weren't successful on search engines because something was red here, so they received red elements in this section. And of course, there are many other things to complete in focus pages, so I hope you'll have a great time once you start doing this today. Hopefully you'll start doing this today. Please go ahead, download the plugin, try out the new version, and then as always, let us know, especially now on Facebook. We have our Facebook page for Squirrly. We've had for a long time actually, but we've started doing a lot of support on Facebook, and it works a lot better than via emails, because emails get lost. There are a lot of problems around emails, but you can write on our focus on our Facebook page about your focus pages, your research, your briefcase, the rankings that you have, and let us know what your feedback is on Squirrly SEO 2019. I hope that this was a really good demonstration of what I've talked about in the keynote, that you've understood the oversight and most of the important elements that have made us change our minds about how we can push boundaries further and create this wonderful tool. Now, this is another example of great oversight. You can see that for some of the pages on this test website, there are a lot of problems with metas, with Open Graph, with Twitter cards. Some of them are made customized. This is a focus page, that's why they are customized, but on some pages we just have the natural automation, because there's a lot of SEO automation going on in Squirrely SEO 2019, and this is also very strong oversight, because you get a really quick glimpse into how all of your pages are doing on search engines. And of course, as always, you have a lot of elements in the right sidebar, so that you will never have problems with SEO settings again. Problems with SEO settings was something that the people in group 2 always had problems with. Right now you just have to see if they are green. If they're not green, just turn them back to green, and you will always know what you need to do in order to have success with search engines and search engine optimization. Okay, thank you very much for watching this. It has been a pleasure to show Squirrely SEO 2019 to you. And let us know what you think about it. We can hardly wait to get all of your exciting feedback and all of your invaluable ideas as to what we should do next.